It's a rare condition this day and age.
Read any good news.
Welcome back to Real Rosa, guys. Here we are.
Hi there.
Copy that. We still haven't figured out what the widest sitcom is. I'm gonna just use Google like I said I was.
Are you literally gonna type
It's
what's the
dinosaurs.
What is the whitest
We're almost there.
sitcom? Google recorrected to what do you think is the whitest state?
Is the whitest state?
The cable car.
Ooh,
Montana?
Okay, hold on a second, Brett. There's a whole bunch of
But are they
shows.
are they out of the 90s though?
30 technically yes.
Aw, see,
Depends. It depends.
Oh, okay.
So here's a show we didn't talk about.
Yeah.
Third Rock from the Sun.
Oh, that's a good one, man. That's a good one.
96 to 01.
That's a good choice. Yeah.
Here's maybe one of the more whiter of the ones. Coach.
Fuck me.
Coach is very
Fuck
white.
me, dude. Dark Horse.
Okay.
Man, I used to actually fuck with Coach every now and then.
On this list is Home Improvement and Step by Step.
I'm
as
sorry.
we've said.
Is there an actual list of
The 25 most whitest shows, Brett. I got exactly what I asked for.
I love that it exists. Okay.
Yeah. The show Newhart. Never heard of that show.
Oh, absolutely. I
Everybody
don't know.
Loves Raymond's on this list.
That's fair.
Mad About You.
Good choice. Good choice.
Freaks and Geeks is a bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
So it's not really.
It's pretty white, but
It's not really a sitcom.
It's not a 3-camera setup.
Yeah.
Doesn't count. Doesn't count.
Ooh. How could we forget, Brett?
Yeah, hit me.
Growing Pains.
Growing Pains pretty white. Here's the thing. Growing Pains, I think of the 80s.
It's true.
You know?
Here's another one that is definitely 90s. Seventh Heaven.
Oh, not a sitcom. Fuck off.
I also agree. It's not a sitcom.
What is Seinfeld?
Seinfeld.
Definitely of the era. Here's the problem. Once again, like, you know, they're in New York. They're very urban. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's hard. You definitely get brown characters on that show.
Yeah. Full House.
Sure.
Girls. Not a sitcom.
Oh, shit. We forgot Friends.
Friends is definitely. Here's one that. Here's the K. This one
Just fine without me.
doesn't match our criteria of the time, but it might be the whitest,
The whitest
one
of all time. Okay.
The Brady Bunch.
The Brady Bunch might be the whitest sitcom of all time.
Sex and the City's on here. Doesn't count.
Not a sitcom.
The Andy Griffith Show, like by default, maybe.
Yeah.
Gilmore Girls, not a sitcom. Dawson's Creek, not a sitcom. Family Ties.
Once again, I think of the 80s, you know?
This is a show in the 80s, 82 to 89. Michael J. Fox. Frasier's on this list.
Yeah, dude.
Leave It to Beaver.
I think we've figured it out, man. Like Coach, Step by Step. I think those are our front runners, man. Damn, I'm glad you figured it out. Thanks a lot.
Number 1 on this list. What do you think it is?
We haven't covered it yet. Number 1. Friends?
2 was Friends. Number 1, Seinfeld.
It's not the whitest show. Not even.
Can I?
You know what? You know why? Check this out. Seinfeld is too New York Jewish to be the whitest.
Can I read you the description here, Brett?
Hit
And
me.
let's see. I'd love to hear your take on this. It was a show about nothing, nothing but white people. Though it's easily one of the best sitcoms ever, Seinfeld is also the whitest show ever.
Wrong.
Created by Jerry Seinfeld and Larry David, the show focused on the random occurrences in Seinfeld's life. The bulk of his interactions were his friends George,
True,
his one-time girlfriend Elaine, and Kramer, the weird guy with the crazy hair that lived across the hall. Seinfeld was a rare bird. It didn't focus on coworkers or a family, but was totally driven by characters.
What?
It's impossible to imagine a show that could succeed without its characters evolving or changing. But Seinfeld charmed its way to the top of the Nielsen
That's
ratings.
every sitcom.
And into the hearts of critics without the main characters ever learning anything. They stayed locked inside their world. A metaphor for whiteness?
Stop it.
Their mistakes were hilarious and made for amazing TV. Watching strange white folks do anything is amazingly rewarding. Seinfeld became a pop culture phenomenon, all the way down to its music. The show inspired Whale to create the critically acclaimed mixtape about nothing, thrusting him in the spotlight. Is it Whale or Wale? Might be Wale. W-A-L-E?
Wally?
Wale? It's the I'm not sure. I think it's Wale the rapper.
Wally.
He followed it up with More About Nothing in 2010, And earlier this year, Seinfeld himself revealed that he and the two of them collaborated on the album About Nothing. Prior to Wale, the last time you heard black folks mentioned in the same breath as Seinfeld was after Michael Ridges' 2006 incident.
Now what?
Wow, that was 2006.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's got to be something.
Yeah,
I don't know if
it's too New York, bro. It's too Jewish.
it's not. To me, it doesn't scream white.
It's not.
The most white that show gets is whenever Seinfeld goes on a date with a woman that he doesn't know.
You stay right
That to me is the most.
The show is pretty white, but by no stretch of the imagination is it the most white. Not in a million years.
Compared to the other shows we talked about?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Friends is at least 4 degrees wider.
Oh my
than
God.
Seinfeld.
Friends is literally, there are 6 white people on this show. Like,
we told you there were a lot of white people for your buck.
the 6 of us. Well, no, because I think the dynamicness of those 6 characters is so different than Seinfeld.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, to me, Seinfeld's not about white people. Seinfeld's about 4 selfish people.
Yeah, in the city.
In the city. Right. It like,
Right.
I feel like you could have easily had a brown or black person play
You could have.
one of the 4.
You could have, yeah.
And just change some of the the colloquialisms of their background, and it would have played. But Friends, very much white people.
Yeah, I'll agree to that. I'm sorry. Why did I do this or did you do that?
What?
Did you incept me with that fucking song?
I think you did it, and I just yes
You-
and did.
Did I do it? Fuck. My
As
bad.
the white guy, I blame you, the black guy.
Checks out. It checks out.
Oh,
Totally checks out, brother.
actually, I want to talk about it because I think it's so interesting.
Okay.
I'm not going to name the person.
Don't cancel yourself now.
No. I think it's interesting. It's not me canceling. Look, I'm already canceled. Who cares? I'm happy.
Cancel me.
I'm
I'm already
happy with my
canceled.
life. I did all that I could. I'm happy with Beer Bros. I'm happy with the Completionist. I'm happy with this life, this ecosystem we built for ourselves. I don't need to be the coolest guy in the room. I'm good.
Okay. Oh.
So a couple days ago during Summer Games Fest, there was a tweet that went around about there was a games journalist or someone who's in the games industry who's a brown skin color of an ethnic descent.
They brown, yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Who was very upset there was not enough diverse voices in all of the showcases. All between Giant Bomb, GameSpot, IGN.
Now, when you say in these showcase, like people coming, like you're saying this person was upset that there weren't enough like presenters who were colored. Like
yes,
you know?
like people on commenting on the couch and like
got it.
and being
Okay.
a part of like reacting in conversations and such.
Sure.
Now this sentiment was true for only one group of folks, and it was only true for the first day, and that was IGN. IGN for sure had an all-white male dominated presentation and reaction thing. And they got a lot of flack online. And within the following days, they pivoted and it was fine. They had more women, they had more people of color.
Emergency!
Yeah.
Is there anyone here with melanin? Raise your hand.
But this lady would go on to call out all the organizations and really not only would call them out, but also kind of insinuated that like all of them are practicing tokenism, or they only have 1 or 2 people of color. And it's the same folks of color showing up all the time instead of like bringing new voices. And so me reacting to this, I wasn't really upset by any means.
Okay.
But I was a part of these showcases to come and react and be a part of it.
Oh, so what are you saying? Like, you hear this shit and you just like, y'all are stupid because you don't realize I'm brown? Is that what's up?
That was my standpoint for in the beginning.
Popcorn.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
That guy's not coming back.
Nope.
He ain't gonna be in Resident Evil 3. I'm definitely not like, technically I'm not white, so
Right.
please, but it definitely.
I mean, that's what you're doing now, but I feel like that's your prerogative. Like, y'all stupid.
What do you mean?
Well, you're like, I wasn't like, technically I'm, not white, but that's what you're doing right now. And I think you should be able to do that and be like, you stupid motherfuckers, I'm not white. You know what
Well,
I mean?
when it comes to me, French first name, Arab last name, definitely if you can't figure out that that's an ethnic person or an ethnic situation happening with me, then I don't feel bad for you. But my friend Tam, who's the editor-in-chief and one of the higher-ups over at GameSpot, and Giant Bomb was working really hard to ensure that, like, his name is Tam Hussein. He's I think it's not Hussein, but Hussein. But like he's a brown man, and he was in charge of helping and coordinating. So he was like, hey, just so everyone's aware, like I worked really hard to get as many diverse voices as possible.
Sorry, he's in charge of what exactly?
Giant Bomb and GameSpot. Like not Giant Bomb specifically, but he's one of the higher ups over at GameSpot.
Holy shit! Sorry,
not gone, still around. Anyway, he's a good friend of mine, and he was responding to this thread with this lady, and she was not having it. She continued to stir up the pot, and I was just very confused as to what her issue was.
She didn't make it clear?
She made it clear, but it felt like there was a lot of people who were like, hey, even though you feel this way, oh, that's for the gun.
Oh!
She's, even though you feel this way, there are several examples
Nice.
proving or disproving your sentiment that there were no diverse voices throughout the showcases.
Yeah.
Because especially Giant Bomb had over I want to say 75 guests, all of them from different walks of life, whether they were game developers, game journalists, let's players, streamers, comedians, voice actors, and all different walks of life.
Okay.
But I found it so interesting that it sparked such a large debate.
Sure.
Because to me, I think that it's not really. I'm not trying to start a culture war by any means, but
let's do it.
Let's burn it all down, bros. No, I think it's hard. In my mind, it's too hard to watch everyone and to judge everything.
Go on.
With that like immediacy of this is what it is. Like in my mind, Brett, let me ask you, Brett, do you have a background in games journalism? Like, did you go to school?
I've worked here for many years, right?
Well, what I mean is like, I know that. What I mean is like, do you like Faciane has a BA in literature in English?
Are you asking me if I got a degree when it comes to games journalism?
Right.
Absolutely not.
Right. So I imagine that most people, and this is not me assuming, it's most of just basic knowledge that people who are in the games journalism industry, the games industry, who report and write articles, while not all of them may have degrees or specialties, most of them have worked on their craft and who've trained to work hard to make sure this happens. So when you have a diverse showcase situation, I don't think it's the vibe should be quick. We need to find more brown people to get on the couch.
Okay.
If they're not qualified to necessarily be in that zone. The point is get people of different color and diversity.
Oh, what the fuck?
Who are qualified for the role, as opposed to hey, let's get this random person off the side of the street in the room to talk about the situation. You know what I mean?
So is that what you're claiming happened? That the brown people that they huddled to get in the later days weren't good at their jobs? Is that what you're saying?
No. That's what I'm saying is that's the difficulty of having.
Oh, he's up.
I think you killed him.
Yeah, I thought I killed him too. Whatever.
That's the difficulty in having, the cake of diversity, right? Is finding qualified people that match those check boxes. There's tons of people who are immensely qualified who are people of color, but not everyone's looking for that. They're just looking for the job of. Oh, combine that.
Yeah, what does that do?
I think it shortens, reduces the time between. Okay. Yeah. So you can.
I'm still listening to what you're saying. Please continue.
Honestly, I've talked myself in circles, and I'm kind of.
Yeah, I don't know what you're saying.
I'm tired of talking. Essentially,
okay,
that's what I'm at.
Hey, that's all good, baby. Muff. What am I supposed to do? I probably need an item or something.
I think we need a battery.
Yeah, we'll check it out.
I guess what I'm getting at is,
So do you think there's a line, if you have a white candidate and a black candidate, but the white candidate's maybe a little bit more qualified, or it's a lot more qualified?
No, that's a great point, Ted, about qualifications. I think in my when it comes to this particular example, you in the games industry and kind of in YouTube as well, right? You want to work with people that you know and you can trust and have a repertoire, reputation, and body of work to represent them. So if the idea is to like get more diverse voices or get more voices overall that are of different walks of life, you'd want those people to have a strong body of work that represents them, as opposed to like, well, hey, that's your skin color, so get on the couch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but I don't think we're necessarily addressing the elephant in the room. I think there's a middle point between qualified and also making sure that your company has good representation throughout its personnel.
Absolutely, I agree.
And look, man, I don't even know what scenario we're still talking about at this point, but like I'm not even sure what point we're making here. I don't know. I don't know, and I really don't care about what happened at the video game bullshit.
Sure.
That being said, all I'm saying is this. I do agree with the sentiment of, if you look up from your computer of where you work and you look around and realize that there is like everyone kind of looks the same where you work,
yeah,
you may want to reevaluate your values at that company and also your hiring process.
100%.
That's all I'm saying.
I agree.
You may want to look around. And I guess I'll add on top of that, what the fuck? I'll add on top of that what you're saying. If you look around and like, all the quote unquote qualified people for this position are the same color here,
that's also an issue.
You may want to reevaluate your values and 100%. Your hiring process.
100%.
All right.
Yeah, I want to be clear. I guess where my stance is that, sorry, Max gave us the 5-minute symbol.
Max, do you have something to add to this conversation?
No, I'm watching you play Resident Evil pretty.
Yeah. I feel like I ruined this episode with this conversation.
No,
anyways.
I like this episode.
Where I stand is at least in this instance of the Summer Game Fest conversation, is that there were a lot of people of diverse colors and voices and opinions and professional business background, and you could find them all. There were dozens of people, if not hundreds, who were of diverse voices. But to quantify everyone into like the box of there were more white people than the dozens of people of color who did get to speak and share their opinions on the game show. That's the issue that I have. It's like gaming is a white male dominated industry. That's just a true fact. But like in the last decade, I forgot about this whole section.
Yeah.
In the last decade, we've made massive strides to include people of all walks of life.
Okay.
And it feels weird to just be like, well, that was not like you didn't do good enough of a job. Like it
sounds like you're saying that this lady has no ground to stand on with her complaints. Is that what you're saying?
No, not necessarily. I think it's like she called out a couple of outlets that like are like, see, no diverseness, and it's like actually there was lots of diverseness. You just chose to not look at the people who were actually diverse, and you just were like, see white people on the couch.
I guess then it just comes down.
It's like watching a movie and being like, see, there's no black people in it, even though there are.
I guess at that point it just comes down to nuance.
Sure.
Because what you see as like, look, there's plenty of diversity, to her might be like, that ain't enough. That's not, that's so little, and oh my god, that's so little that it's basically none. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't fucking know.
Well, the point why I brought it all up in full circle when we get in the conversation here is that everyone on Twitter who was a part of the showcase, who was a person of color, chimed in and was like, hey, I was a part of this event, and I was a diverse voice, and I was heard, and I felt represented, and I'm glad to represent other people. It's almost like the opposite side of the spectrum of just like, well, because I didn't see it, it didn't exist. And it's like, no, it did exist. You just didn't watch the showcase in its entirety. You saw a screen cap and was like, see, there are no people of diverse voices in this screenshot.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take that. Yeah, I didn't see any of this shit, so I can't really speak on it, but yeah, it sounds like to some people, when you have a cup that's full, they go like, this cup ain't full, but to other people it's like, oh, that's plenty full. So
sure.
I don't fucking know. I guess we'll continue here.
I apologize for the circular conversation.
No, I think it's an interesting conversation.
Well, no, because Brett, something that you do very well is you always articulate and say, what do you mean expand, expand, expand? And that's something that not a lot of folks do in conversations like this.
Yeah, nuance is tech, huh? Pretty hard.
Yeah, and so in you asking those questions, it made me throughout the conversation challenge and what the fuck? I don't think you were close enough, maybe.
So it wasted the shots?
Maybe?
Sucks.
It looks like it did.
Holy shit!
Fuck!
Well, whatever. Who needs them, right? Did you call him an ass?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
We have 2 upgrades in this thing, right? We have the short,
Yeah, we did upgrade it twice. She's full on Ghostbuster now, brother.
Yeah.
Plant Buster? Whatever. Herbicide. Oh. Okay, so Tetris blocks, line, and okay. So
We don't know is it 3 or 4?
It might be 4. Place an empty. We got that. Add the required amount of UMB. Cool immediately. Plant 43. Oh my God, it is Plant 43. I forgot that they called back to Plant 42.
Yeah.
That's so cute. I like that. I like this. This is, I always think the lab sections, the final sections of these games are the worst. And
Really?
Yes.
Well, what makes it the worst for you?
The linearity.
Oh, just like the ends in sight, so we're gonna barrel down the line.
No, not even that the end is close. I mean, you could put this section at the beginning of the game and I'd still feel the same way. It's the fact that compared to the earlier sections of Resident Evils, these tend to be less interconnected and big, like a quote unquote Metroidvania, and they usually are just like smaller and more linear. Like you just go from one place to the next and the next and the next. Not to mention the atmosphere is just less creepy. Yeah, and this is creepy. But compared to like an abandoned police station.
Yeah, I mean, in the beginning, right? There's no power, so you can't see anything, but I agree with you that there is that situation of like, oh, the end's in sight, and we're gunning down the barrel to finish it out.
It's a natural thing, in my opinion. Fuck. Are they both up again?
I don't think so.
Fuck you. Brother.
I think you grabbed an item, and that's why this guy's here.
I didn't even grab anything. Oh, okay, hold on. This
combined with the red. This guy is on your ass, dude. Oh boy.
Okay. Well, time to make the fucking...
Oh my God, there's 2 of them.
Oh, are you serious?
They're sharing it. One's down, but you're out.
I'm out, yeah. Oh, okay.
Good stuff. Oh no.
From behind?
Is that a grenade or a... Oh my God, they got up. Dude, we're in trubs.
Nah, we're good. I hope.
What is this?
So, okay, so like E2 Tetris 2, is that what's up? E2 Tetris 2?
It's like, yeah. It's more like F. F2 Tetris 2. Or F2 Tetris F.
Where do I even... Oh, I know where I have to put that in.
It's in the
Yeah, it's in the first room.
We have to get past these guys.
That's fine. It should... Well, actually, if they're here already, I might be fine.
You could throw a grenade.
I'm good, because the exit's right here. I don't think they can come through this door. Not sure.
So did we decide what the white sitcom is?
No, but we got 3 strong front runners.
Tetris F.
Oh, it was another F, my bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
There you go.
And that unlocks that, and then we're gonna go.
And now we can go down.
First,
I think there's a save point down there too. But
I'm gonna drop some shit off. There's a
sure.
Unless
yeah, we are. Oh boy.
Yeah. Hey, okay.
One pustule gone. 2 pustule.
Is he out? Is he done for reals?
Damn, good job, Brett.
Thanks. I get. He might come back for. I fried this dude. Nothing.
Yeah, he might. There might be another one.
No. Wait. Oh, okay. Man, that was fucking close. I was like, they didn't lock me out, did they?
No. We're good. Oh yeah, this is where because we have to heal Sherry.
I have to do this item box.
We talked so much.
What, dude? It's all good because, like, I thought that was, I thought it was a good conversation. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed hearing about it.
I appreciate it.
You're canceled now, but it's still good.
You know what? Look, I'm all about good times, good vibes. I support everyone and everything, except for
everyone and everything. I'm taking that, and
We'll just have one apology video after this, and we'll be good.
You know, at this point, I think it's a couple weeks ago on Beer Bros.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't vibe with me, you've had 12 years to figure it out if I'm a good person or not. So I've done my best to do right.
This is some of the people's first episode, though.
You know what? I doubt it. And if that's the case, yeah.
They're like Resident Evil number 14.
Yeah, man. So I started watching at the 14th mark.
Next time on Beard Bros.
Jirard gets canceled.
Again.
And we figure out what the Blackish sitcom is.
I think it's Martin. I think it might be.
Is it Martin?
From that era, I think it might be Martin. What's winning? What's beating that? The only other contender is Living Single, and that came on right after fucking Martin, you know?
Yeah. Living Single, that was the one that I was thinking about.
Living Single, aka the Friends show that I actually watched.
Yeah.
Did you watch Living Single? Ted, did you watch Living Single?
Yeah, I did.
No.
What did you watch, Ted?
When?
All right, we'll see you guys later.
I watched Everybody Loves Raymond and Home Improvement and Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh, life is unfair.
I resonated with Malcolm in the Middle the most.
Why is that?
Like, related to it.
Ted,
Felt like daycare.
let's take this like a Facebook poll or like a thing online, like a Twitter, like you got this character. Who is the character that you relate to the most in Malcolm in the Middle?
Do you want that to be question of the day?
Just for Ted.
Oh, okay. I was gonna answer it. I definitely related to Malcolm a bit. Yeah, I get Malcolm. I get him.
You're Malcolm?
I'm not saying I am, but I get it.
Sure.
I get it.
Ted?
I get defeating yourself because you get annoyed with other people's incompetence.
Yeah.
So much so that you just end up making yourself an asshole and defeating yourself.
Kind of reminds me of the Boondocks.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Huey.
Yeah. Huey, that's his entire arc is
That's
that.
Huey.
Yeah, he's
Absolutely.
like,
Yeah, Malcolm for me, too.
really?
Yep.
I thought you were going to say the little kid. Because
That's the persona I put out to the world
exactly.
usually.
That is why I
But-
thought you were the little.
That is not what I think of myself.
What about you, Jirard?
I think I might relate more to Malcolm than anyone else in that show.
Okay.
But I feel like everyone around me for a long time was the mom.
You said a mouthful, bro. You just revealed a lot about yourself.
Yeah, I always felt like people were always trying to push me around and control me, and the mom was the vibe.
Max, who did you relate to on that show?
I'm Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston, he says.
Fair enough. Next time.
What
on
a
Beer
fucked up
Bros.
episode. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.